Hey everybody, this is Bart with Doing Bart Things, and today, well, I say today, I've actually made a video a little earlier that's uploading right now. Um, I have found a couple of cases that really interest me, and I decided to make just a quick video talking about them because I think this might be one of these two might be a case I settle on to revamp my system from a cooling and just um, looks perspective. There's really not much on the market that I'm looking at upgrading the system itself. I mean, maybe CPU, but that's really stretching it. I just don't think a 5800X is just fine for today's workload. A 3080 RTX is just fine for gaming right now. So it's more of I just want to change up my cooling and my system appearance a little bit. And I also want to get a case that has a front fan filter that's removable, that's finer than just mesh. And the reason for that is because I have 3 animals and I've got 3 kids. And yeah, things just get dusty inside the house. We're constantly mopping and sweeping in here. So I think, and with that, the X570 motherboard I have, it's got the little chipset fan on it, which started grinding. And I've already messaged ASRock, and they're going to send me a replacement. So good times with that. This is why we don't like little tiny fans in chipsets, because it's it's not just hold on, I'm gonna yank the fan off the case and swap it out. It's all right. Well, I've got to open up the case and pop that off the motherboard. So what I figured was, if I'm gonna do that anyway, I'm kind of bored of the way that my system looks, but also I want that dust filter, like as seen here in this picture, kind of. I also want some cooling expandability for the future. In the event that I decide to go to a 360 mil, maybe even a 420 mil AIO, sort of thinking I might want that capability. Now, this case I'm using right now does have the ability to do that, but I kind of think I'd like to have it up in the roof if I want it, versus on the front of the case. And the case I've got is actually pretty large. It's a Lancool 2 mesh. Great case, lots of features. But it really, the top panel, you can wiggle a 280 in there, or you could get a 240, which is what I'm using today, and that's about it. You wouldn't really get like a super thick 280 or a 360 in the roof for sure. So I don't know, just again something that I was like, I maybe want to do that. Now the obvious choice, just, I mean, let's not, let's not mince words here. The obvious choice would be, for just all around case greatness, is your Leanly 216, right? And I love this case. And if anybody came and asked me, hey, I need a good mid tower that does it all, I would literally tell them, here you go. This one does it all. It's got everything you want, and it's 110 bucks. Have a nice day. The reason why I'm not considering this one at the moment primarily just has to do with the fact that it's front mesh. Now, I can get a fan filter. They sell a separate fan filter that goes in, so maybe that's something I would do, but it's also got mesh on the sides. Like it's a very open case. All right, there's a lot of gaps to fill. if you want to kind of get it dust filtered. So I'm still looking at this one, but I may not go with it. But it's one of those things, like, I almost want to go with it just out of pure put your money where your mouth is, like, I say this is the best case, I should get this. But it's just again, the mesh on the sides, on the back side, it's kind of got mesh everywhere, and there's not really filters for anywhere else, so I kind of want to get something that's more filtrated, or that I can get more filters for, to try and keep some of the dust out, to protect that stupid little 40 millimeter fan or whatever they got on the chipset. Stupid thing. Anyway, so I was looking around at just different cases, thinking like, hey, what I like as far as style and that kind of thing. And this case popped up. And I was like, what's going on with this guy? I started looking at it. It's like, well, it kind of looks neat. Like, I like the front panel there. Kind of looks industrial. So it's like, all right, that's kind of cool. Comes with some fans already, so that's good. USB Type-C, so that's a bonus. I don't know. I just started looking at it. Was like, I kind of like the way that looks. It was $104 previously. I think they had a $10 off deal. So I don't know. Maybe something I try to wait for. But it's not horribly large. And I don't know, I just like the look of it. So I like the fact that it's got the pull-out filter there. You can do 3 140s in the front, which is bonus. It says it only supports 360 mil rads in the front. I would almost be willing to challenge that. Like, okay, if I only put 2 fans on top, can I get a 420 in there? Maybe. You might run into video card clearance issues if you have a really long GPU, maybe. But it does do 2 360s at the same time, which is cool, but I'm probably not going to go a custom loop. Just looking more from an AIO perspective. So I don't know. It's kind of neat. And I was really surprised because Antec, honestly, is not something I've looked at in probably 25 years. Easily. I had an Antec, I think it was an Antec 900, which everybody had an Antec 900 at some point. In that case, is a far cry from anything that anybody uses today, because nobody had anything about cable management back then. You can also put a couple of fans on the power supply shroud, so that looked kind of interesting. I would need to get hands-on with it to see what the build quality is and that sort of thing. Now, so I was looking at that, and then as I was looking at this one, this sucker popped up, and I was like, what is this thing? So this is, I think this is Antec's latest case. Looks kind of interesting. It is, they call it a full tower, but I think that's just because it's kind of on the tall side. It doesn't look overly large, but it is big. Like, it's not small. I mean, you can fit 3 120s on the bottom, on the PSU shroud, so it's pretty long. So you can obviously fit a 360 on the top if you can do that. And then they're saying that you can put a 420 in the front. It's kind of got this display up here. It's more expensive. Something I do like is they, like the other really, well, how should I put this? Other newer cases today, they put a actual metal panel on the top that you can take off, versus only having the filter. What I would do, like if I was building in this, and again, that's why I'm interested in this, because I suddenly had that, well, if I was building in this, I would do this. You take the top panel off, you remove the dust filter. I think they've got dust filter in here. You take that off and you just leave the panel so air flows better through it, but the panel still covers it up, right? So it's not just open fan there where your cat can jump up there and stick their paw in it or whatever. Plenty of room. It looks like on the back panel. It's kind of got these cutouts, which means it does have one of the cardinal sins of. Well, I say that, but maybe not. Maybe these channels are deep enough and stuff. But I think it's got glass in the back panel. Pretty sure it does. The interesting piece is pretty fine mesh on the front through these vents. I don't think it's filtered though, which is sort of a negative because the aforementioned lane coil 2 issue I'm having. But check this out. These 140 millimeter fans are actually 30 mil thick. They're pretty robust fans. You can clearly see here it fits a 420 in the front, which is not something that the lane coil 216 can do. And yeah, so it's got 2 glass panels. It's around the same price as a lane coil 3. And I think this is very similar to me as a lane coil 3. Has a lot of the same abilities. It's probably around the same size, I would say. So, yeah. I don't know, I was looking at these. I thought they were interesting. This is kind of getting up there in price. Another case I was looking at to save some money was the, let's see, frac deck. Was the Fractal Design Focus 2. They've got a sale going on at Newegg for $60, and I was thinking that could be pretty good as well. As just something to get if I want to really just change a design. But kind of what I'm thinking is I want something that has a little bit better dust control. And I may yet end up just getting this and then buying the optional front fan filter that they've got to try and, because these two 160 mil fans, I mean, they just, like I said in a previous video, they just eject air out the back. So it's really a good cooling case. So I might do that. So I'm kind of just all over the place with it right now. I could do so many things, but this is sort of the size and area of cases I'm looking at. I'm really shocked that I actually found some Antec designs that I liked. Really shocked by that. Antec, I have not used anything Antec in, like I said, probably 25 years or something. So to see an Antec product that catches my eye is kind of startling to me. I don't remember the last time that's happened. So kudos to them make something that's actually visually interesting. If I get my hands on one of these, I will try to record myself tearing it down and maybe doing a review of it. So if someone likes it, then that's cool. Or if someone would like me to, then I'll leave a comment. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything by any stretch of the imagination. This is a very low rent production that we do here. So my opinions could be potentially hot sports takes on certain things. Yeah, so that's it. Just want to point these out. If anybody has any experience with these or knows something about it maybe that that I'm missing here, by all means, leave a comment below. Maybe like the video if you choose to do so. I guess dislike the video if you find that my low rent production is just too low rent for you. I apologize for that. But either way, I wish you the best. Have a great day, and I'll be talking to you again soon.